Hello and welcome to Craven Park for the final National Rail Cup group game. Hull Kingston Rovers versus the Sheffield Eagles. The Eagles today, a number of ex-Robins in the side in the shape of Craig Poucher, Dean Andrews, Alistair McLaren, Paul Pickering, Andy Smith, who's actually the Sheffield captain. I'm delighted to be joined today by Clark from the forum. Clark, we've had 5 good wins in these Northern Rail Cup. We beat Sheffield twice away, once in a friendly, once in the group game. Can you see many problems today?
Well, I doubt there's going to be any problems. We just need to keep professional, really. Keep plugging away and working on the combinations at halfback. We're looking for a good performance from the forwards to give the platform for Webber and Morel to pass it out to the centres, really.
Yeah, just one change to the Robins lineup sees the return from injury of Ian Morrison. He replaces Gareth Morton. No place in the starting 17 for Ben Cockayne, whose suspension's now completed, and that just shows the competition for places in this Rovers side at the moment. Leroy Rivette, he's the man in possession of the number 1 jersey, and Ben Cockayne's going to have to fight his way back in. So James Webster leads out the Robins. The Rovers faithful will be looking for another big performance today from New Zealand second row forward Michael Smith, who's been absolutely fantastic in the last 2 games. And of course, we still have Byron Ford, fresh from his 5-try performance last week. Today's referee is Mr. Ian Smith, and he's had some interesting games in his time down here at Craven Park. It's going to be Craig Poucher wearing the number 1 for the Sheffield Eagles to get us underway. I think it's the Rovers with a slight advantage of a breeze in the first half as James Webster's underneath the kick-off and he brings in Francis Stevenson, so Rovers with first use of the ball. Early doors, Clark. Obviously, we'll be looking for a couple of early tries, and I think defensively, Coach Justin Morgan will be looking for improvement.
Yeah, there were a few lapses in concentration last week for defensive sets, but we're starting off nice and steadily here just to get us a good position. It's all about where you are on the field, really. You just need to build that up. As I pass it out to Morel, it's Goddard. There we go. Oh, nearly away there. Nearly away, and Fisher takes it from the play of the ball. Probably pass it to Webber and Michael Smith. Oh no, it's gone to David Tangata-Toa. What an offload. Off to Michael Smith. How many players can he take away with him? Good ball away. Good ball away to Ian Morrison. And a shoulder charge there. Last tackle. So who's going to be the kicker? It's Webber. Oh, passing it out to Morel. The ball out. Will it? Oh, just in front of Byron Ford. Well, decent start. All the way up the field from the kick-off.
Yeah, you're right, Clark. We moved it downfield quickly. It was a fantastic offload from Michael Smith. It was fast through the hands, and unfortunately the final ball from John Goddard didn't really give Byron Ford a chance, so it'll give Sheffield Eagles a chance to clear the lines. So Jack Howison's going to play the ball to the former Robin Paul Pickering. Ships it to his right, but that's a good solid 3-man hit by the Robins. Goddard and Morel complete the tackle, so Pickering goes to the short side where Dean Andrews takes the ball on the bump, but he's well met by Webster and Stevenson. Oh, what a hit by Morrison. Welcome back to the team, Ian Morrison. Absolutely caned the number 10 there, Simon Mawson. The Rovers are really looking eager in the tackle. They can't afford to give away a silly penalty. It's the 5th and last. Kick comes in by the standoff, Brendan Lindsay. So it's John Steele runs off, he beats the first man. has to take the tackle. It's midway inside the Rovers half of the field as Leroy Rivette runs off. He beats the face man, scrambles up towards the halfway line. Gallagher feeds Stevenson, offload from Stevenson. Gallagher moves it across to Goddard. Goddard, he had 3 men facing him, and there's a high shot. But I don't think it was really intentional. I think it was more instinctive from Sean Dickinson. But it looks as though Sheffield forwards have got the work cut out today, Clark, because some of these Rovers forwards really look up for it.
Well, yeah, the Rovers pack is formidable, really. All you need to do is look at that front row of Tangata Toa, Fisher and Stevenson, and then you've got Michael Smith on the edges. So Fisher passed it out to Tangata Toa, who drives it up, looking for the offload. Best to hold the ball in that situation, really. So here we'll go Fisher again, out to Webster. Will he take on the line? No, he passes it to Stevenson. Decent tackle. Nearly got the ball away again. They're always looking for that offload though, aren't they? Fisher again. Webster. Morel, is he there? Ooh, good tackling there from Paul Pickering, low down. Fisher, all on again. Goddard, will he pass it? Oh, Byron Ford's got to be in. He's got to be in here, and he is. Good try there for Byron Ford, but quick hands from Goddard to set up the try.
Yeah, the opening try of the game goes to who else but Byron Ford over in the left-hand corner. Fantastic start by the Robins.
Scored by the man sponsored by the Rovers supporters group, number 5, Byron Ford.
So Rovers looking dangerous with the ball in hand, and they reap the rewards with the first try of the afternoon. It's going to be Damien Couturier with the kicking duties in the absence of Gareth Morton. Morton could be absent for a good 2-3 weeks. Not entirely sure what the diagnosis is yet. Suffered a broken nose as well at the hands of Jamie Boville, apparently.
Okay, so Damien's lined up the kick with his quite casual style, I have to say. But as long as it goes over, that's the main thing. The referee stops the clock as the wind blows the ball off the tee. So again, he lines up the kick. Referee waves time on again. And will this one sail over? It looks good. And yep, that makes it 6 points to 0. The home team Milkinson Rovers against the Sheffield Eagles. By my reckoning, that's only 4 minutes gone on the watch.
Yeah, just what Justin Morgan will have wanted from his team there, Clark. First real attack and the score a try. Just looking at the flags down there, it's quite a strong breeze that Rovers have got at the backs in this first half, so they really do need to pile 1 or 2 points up in this first half, as James Webster's underneath the restart and he brings in Francis Stevenson. Oh, that looked a high shot, but referee Ian Smith's happy to let that go. It was Simon Morton. Here's Tommy Gallagher. Gallagher, he's been in fantastic form in recent weeks, trying to get the ball away, but there was a little bit of interference from Andy Smith as Rivette spins from the tackle. He's looking to offload. Andrews and Alex Clemmy was trying to drive him towards that touchline, and away Smith now. Oh, Scott Morell's away! Morell's got men on his inside! That came off a Sheffield player, so it should be just play on. Advantage to Sheffield, but fantastic offload once again by Michael Smith, and Scott Morell was looking for the support, but on this occasion Sheffield managed to quell the danger, so Sheffield will play the ball in the shape of Andy Smith, and the winger Alex Clemmy runs off and he's tackled just before the halfway line.
Okay, so this gives Sheffield the first chance of any decent possession in the Rovers half. Paul Pickering's there waiting to play the ball, looking to go left. And the ball goes out. Oh, they've got one or two numbers over there. And there we are. Oh, it's the last tackle already. So here we go. Here comes the kick. Nice one. And that's going to go out. A touch, is it? Yeah. John Steele leaves it. And it'll be Rovers head and feed at the scrum just about 10 metres out.
Yeah, sensible play really from Sheffield after just being hit by a try. They've managed to piggyback the ball upfield and kick, sensible kick, not really a dangerous kick, but Rovers forced to take the scrum 10 metres out from their own try line. And that man Webster feeds it, and Gallagher from the back of the scrum ships it out to Leroy Rivette, and he's faced with 3 men tackle and he's brought to ground. So here come the Robins now in the shape of John Goddard. Goddard's hit by a solid tackle there by Andy Smith and by Sean Dickinson, and they're driving back 2 or 3 metres. Rovers move it to the left hand side through John Steele. Sheffield certainly not taking a backward step. Fisher ships out to Smith. Smith's away from the first man. Smith still going. Offloads to Goddard and Michael Smith. Well, what form is this man in at the moment? He's playing absolutely fantastic rugby league football. Webster short ball to Stevenson. Rovers cross the halfway line. Fisher wants a quick play of the ball. It's the 5th and last. Webster moves the ball out to Morrison. Morrison with a kick, and it's could be a decent one. It just bounces one bounce too far. So under pressure really there, Ian Morrison. But Michael Smith, what can you say about the man?
Well, he's getting better and better with every game, really. We didn't see that much of him last year due to injuries, but this year he's probably working on his fitness and his ball handling skills a lot better, and we're reaping the rewards, really. So Sheffield with first tackle, and it was Alex Clemming, and it's going through the prop, their number 8, Jack Howison. So nice and steady progress here, nothing too much. And that's their number 11, Andy Hale, takes the tackle nearly up to halfway here. And so on this one they should get over it, and they do. With number 10, Simon Morton. And what I believe is the 4th tackle. And looking for the kick. Yes, they do. When it's charged down, so it should be waved all on. Obviously you didn't see that. The signal from the referee. And Gallagher collects and will play it to John Steele, looking for a gap in the defence, and gets it over his own 40-metre line. We're really slowing down the play of the ball, I think. Hopefully, sooner or later, we can get a fast play of the ball. That was reefed out, and a penalty to Rovers to take them into the opposition half.
Yeah, it's apparent that Sheffield are certainly trying to slow down the play of the ball, Clark. You're quite correct. Obviously, they know that Rovers have got more pace in the side, more power in the forwards, so they're just trying to expand the rule to the best of their advantage, really. I suppose it'll only be a matter of time before Mr. Smith has to clamp down on it, as Rovers now on the attack, and Leroy Rivette spills that one. It's bounced straight into the hands of Brendan Lindsay, so Rovers coughing up possession, and Sheffield will be delighted. So Pickering now with a little scope, but that's a knock on by Paul Pickering. So the scrum will go down about 12 metres in the half of the Sheffield Eagles, about centre field. So I'm sure Leroy Rivette will be looking to make up for that error he's just made. He's certainly sitting on the shoulder of Scott Morrell from this scrum, so I think it'll go from Morrell into the hands of Leroy, and Leroy will get a run at the defence here. Well, in the end, it was a stooped pass, so Morelli had to bend down to pick that one up, so the chance was wasted. But here's the man himself, Smith. He bounces one off, still going. He's got 3 men on, and he's offloaded as well. Ben Fisher. Fisher now straightens it up. Solid hit there by the Sheffield Eagles, but Rovers in possession. Webster ships it to the short side where Ian Morrison takes the ball up another 4 metres. Here comes Webster once again to Morrell. Morrell offloads to Tommy Gallagher. Gallagher. Rovers only 12 metres out. Webster now. Well, there was not square, and that was Andy Smith. So I think Webster knew exactly what he was doing there, Clark. Play goes on. Well, it almost does, because we've got a fussy referee, I'm afraid. So Rovers with a set of 6 now in the danger zone of Sheffield Eagles. Surely they're going to make the Eagles pay. Well, there's another penalty. Surely, if this continues, one of the players in a green and blue shirt is going to have to spend some time in the sin bin. The fans come to see open flowing rugby. As Tangata Tower's going for that line, he's pumping the legs. Fisher now, he's got options. He's got Webster right, he's got Stevenson left. He ships it out to Morrell instead. Morrell to Smith. Smith stepping. Oh, they just managed to bring him down. It was Andy Smith with the ankle tap. But Rovers now 4 metres out. Morrell is offloaded. There should be a score now for Byron Ford. And I think the try is going to be awarded. Byron Ford's in once again. Well, every time we seem to give the ball to Byron Ford, he seems to score a try.
Well, that's the result of good play there. A couple of penalties to keep us down in that red zone. But it's always good play by the centres to set it up. You just wonder how many Byron's going to score this week, really.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to have a look at the National League betting for top try scorer, because I'm sure Byron's going to be up there somewhere, and you probably get a good run for your money. So it doesn't leave another simple kick for Mr. Couturier, though. He's faced with another big touchline conversion, but he's already thumped one over this afternoon, so fingers crossed. We've played 14 minutes here at Craven Park, and Rovers extend that lead to 10 points to 0. So it's Couturier now. He's just going through his pre-kick ritual. Looks good. It's just going to drift to the left-hand side of the post. So they certainly got the distance, but not the accuracy. So Rovers 10-0. Fairly happy, Clark. Playing well. We've not really yet put together a full 40 minutes or a full 80 of consistent rugby league. Today could be the day.
Well, you're right, it could be. And, we need to be professional in what we do. There's no point looking for the killer ball every set and trying to score with every tackle you've got. And I think we're playing it nice and steady. And just I won't say going through the motions, but we're putting a solid performance so far. So Stevenson carries the ball up again, and a good tackle by Sheffield. So they start it off, first tackle on the 20-metre line. Shipped out to Gallagher, then to Tangata Toa. And look at the leg drive. That's a good leg drive there. Nearly up to the 30-metre line already. And Fisher, one of those nice little scoots. There we go. Oh. We need to really get that offside sorted out there by the referee. A couple of those went back the full 10. So already up to halfway. Fisher passes to Webster. Early kick. And it bounced kindly for Poucher with probably something to prove today, seeing he used to play for the Robins. And a solid tackle there. Stopped him in his tracks by 3 Rovers tacklers. And the ball goes out. Another scoot. It's all one-man rugby, really. But then again, they need to play it nice and steady. So the centre, James Ford, takes it up over the 40-metre line. And should really get a good kick in here if they keep possession. It's Andy Hay making a run with a dummy, but they didn't take the dummy. Take the man and ball. Here we go. Ooh, good tackle by David Tangata Toa. It's the fifth and last tackle. Oh, nearly a bobble there. And a decent kick to go between winger and full back. So Byron Ford takes it on, shows it to Leroy. Seems he scored 2 tries already. I doubt he would give the ball away. And here we go. Here's Leroy running away, doing his nice little side step.
Can you tell us who Leroy Rivette's sponsored by this season, Clark?
I'm going to have to think about that one. I think he's sponsored by the Hull KR Fans Forum, which is fairly good. Oh, and John Steele with a run down the left on the opposite wing. Byron Ford, quick play the ball. Michael Smith, how many people can he shrug off this point? Oh, what an offload. We're playing safe. He didn't want to give the pass if he knew it wasn't going to get there. Holding down again. Fisher plays the ball. Webster and Price, I believe, has come on in the number 15 jumper, as they say down in Oz. And Tangles has come off. And here's the kick. Kicking it to the basketball wing of Barron Ford. That's not pressured at all. The receiver there. And a decent run by the winger.
Yeah, so it's going to be Sheffield Eagles in possession, looking to clear them, lad. Oh, absolutely mullered by Morrison. No one really told us about the defensive qualities of Ian Morrison when we signed him. We knew he had Super League experience, but this kid can knock anything down. You know, Pickering ships the ball out, and Sheffield, midway inside their own half of the field, they're really struggling to make inroads into the Robins defence. So they've gone for the 40-20. It's not going to come to fruition as Leroy Rivette just scoops up and looks to beat the Sheffield defence, but that's well tackled by the winger Alistair McLaren, the former Robin. Be interesting to see if Alistair McLaren gets a run, see if he's still got that old pace of his, as Couturier makes about 7 or 8 metres. So Fisher now feeds Stevenson. Stevenson, surprise Price with the offload. So there's a chance now as Michael Smith in possession. Offload to Goddard. Goddard's got options. Gives it to Morrell. Morrell's going. Gives it to Goddard. Goddard to Ford. And Ford scores. Oh, what a try by the Robins. And it's a hat-trick for Barron Ford. What a try by Old Kingston Rovers. 17-minute hat-trick for Barron Ford. And, well, it was all about the support play then. I thought the chance would have gone. I thought the pass to Morrell was the wrong one. But Scott Morrell managed to keep the ball alive. He got it back to Goddard, and Goddard just ships it into Barron Ford's hands and said, there you go, son, go in for your hat-trick. And Barron Ford says, thank you very much.
Well, it was that man Michael Smith again, drawing a couple of defenders and offloading to Goddard, who had a good run, but there was a lot of players backing up, and that's always a good sign. They're hungry for the ball, and competition for places, you know, helps things like that, because they want to show that they want to be in that starting 13 for next week. So Couturier again with what should be a relatively easier kick. Going through his ritual. I'd say about 3 metres from that left-hand upright. And straight over the crossbar. So that's Old Kingston Rovers 16, Sheffield Eagles 0.
Yeah, so 16 points up to the Robins, and I think we've played about 20 minutes here at Craven Park. Those are well. Just as the Sheffield Eagles thought it couldn't get any worse, Macaulay Azouz coming on. And, well, we've all seen what a rampaging runner Macaulay can be when he gets going. And now the game's restarted by Brendan Lindsay. It's in the hands of try scorer Barron Ford. He's forced to take the tackle this time. Fisher just seems to get Rovers' attacks moving that little bit quicker, doesn't he, Clark? He's just got that extra bit of quality at the play of the ball.
Rio was one of those standout players that you saw for Halifax last year, and one of those players that, you know, can make the choice to go left or right fairly quickly. And there's a 40-20 coming from Scott Morrell, and that should be a 40-20 to the Robins. We're all high-fiving Morrell. Yeah, look at that. We're all there to congratulate him. It's as if he scored a try. So the Robins should get possession about 12 metres outside of... about 12 metres away from the Sheffield line.
Yeah, I think we just need to watch out for Michael Smith here, because he's not packed down, Clark. He's actually gone into the standoff position. Webber runs off, gives it to Smith. Oh, and he's offloaded. Oh, and he managed to get the ball back to Webber, but Webber taking a little bit of punishment there. Fisher scoops off, gives it to Morrison. Morrison goes for that line. Rovers are only 3 metres out. Fisher gives it to Webster. Webster to Morrell. Morrell forced to check. Offloads, well, shows the ball. Still going is Morrell. Forced to take the tackle.
So Goddard, it's the first one for Macaulay-Azo. There's his sad step. He's still going. Nearly got the offload. But 8 metres out. Fisher passes it to Webber. Up to Price. That's the first time Price had the ball, to be honest. It's the last tackle. So will it be Morrell or Webber with the kick? It's off to Morrell. It's a nice little dink. And it's Morrison with the try. He deserves that for the amount of effort he's put into this first half.
Yeah, possibly a hint of offside, Clark, maybe, but certainly the referee and the touch judges seemed happy, and we're happy, so 20 points to 0 to the Robins. Yeah, and as Clark rightly said, Morrison deserves that try for his defence alone in the opening 20 minutes. He's absolutely caned a couple of these Sheffield players. And just going back to the team spirit, Sean, when Morrell put that 40-20 in, because that was the key to that try, was the 40-20 kick from Morrell. The team spirit looks absolutely fantastic. The team's buzzing. We've got 6 players sat behind us in the stand who must be looking at this and thinking, hell, how do we get back into this team? And it's fantastic, isn't it, Clark?
Well, yeah, competition for places is always the best thing, really. And Couturier puts the kick over. Which just shows today with Ben Cockayne not going straight into the lineup that you're not able to walk back into the team. Okay, Brendan Lindsay is ready to get the game restarted with a similar kick. This time it's Webber, and Macaulay-Azo is warming up. There he goes with a decent tackle from Pickering, Andy Smith, and number 17, which is Tom Buckingham. So Price now, he's through one defender up to about 35 metres. Michael Smith, here he goes again, looking for the offload. He's always able to seem to get halfway through the tackle, just releasing that arm.
Yeah, it's just upper body strength, innit, Clark? That one's gone loose from Tommy Gallagher, and Simon Morton gratefully picks up for the Eagles, and the Eagles keeping the ball alive. They're looking to cross the halfway line. But, well, they're just going from side to side, and they're not going forward, and they just look a bit shell-shocked, to be fair, don't they, the Sheffield Eagles? Rovers have really blitzed them in that opening 20 minutes, and they just really can't get a foothold in this game. Every time they get the ball, the likes of Morrison and Smith and now Macaulay-Azo now is on, are just knocking them down, hitting them hard, and it's a tough afternoon, but Rovers piggybacking them upfield now because Macaulay-Azo's just been penalised.
And they should really kick this into touch. It's probably their second raid into Rovers territory of any proper meaning, really. And so Pickering will take the little tap, and off to Andy Smith with a good drive up to nearly 10 metres out of the Rovers line. There we go, and we're passing it to number 17, Tom Buckingham, with a decent leg drive again. But Rovers, should be wanting to keep them out of the try area. Off to the standoff now, and a good run there from the winger, Alex Clemmy, but a good tackle again. And the prop with a nice hit up, which will, I think, on my reckoning, is the 4th tackle. And should get this out wide on this brand spanking nearly new pitch. There we go, scrum half step in round the bigger fellas. What a tackle by Macaulay-Azo. And it's the 5th and last tackle, so it'll be up in the air or along the floor. Let's see. No, it's power play. It's Andy Smith. I think he's going to get over. He has. So that's the first try for the Sheffield Eagles after about 26 minutes. and from where he's got it, it should make it 6 points.
Yeah, disappointing to concede on the 5th tackle, really, though, Clark. We thought the kick was coming, and to be fair, it was a good switch by John Presley. He went for the power play instead, and it caught the Rovers napping. And well, the result is Sheffield get back into the game slightly at 22 points to 4, 22-6 with what should be a relatively easy kick.
Try score for the Sheffield Eagles, number 12, Andy Smith.
So it's going to be Brendan Lindsay with the conversion attempt, and the flags go up. So it is Hull Kingston Rovers 22, the Sheffield Eagles 6.
And the goal shot for Sheffield Eagles by number 6, Brendan Lindsay.
So it's going to be Scott Morrell to restart this game. Yeah. Just be good to see how strong this wind actually is. It's got plenty of distance, but underneath it was Paul Pickering, and here come the Sheffield. Oh, Ian Morrison, blimey. He's made of granite, isn't he? Is Morrison. He just stands there and they just fall off him. Anyhow, play goes on, and Sheffield have got a little bit of fire in their bellies, but that's one way to extinguish it, because Makali Azu absolutely mullered the winger, and then Pickering knocks on. And well, I think Rovers will score in the next set of 6, Clark. I've just got that feeling.
Well, it seems to be every time they get into the opposition half, either they've got a chance and sort of bomb it, but we've had good possession, and we just need to be careful with that last pass, not to do anything silly, just to make sure we keep the ball. So Gallagher now, out the scrum, passes it to Morrell. Oh, well, that's gone backwards, says the referee. We won't argue with him on that fact. And Goddard takes the tackle. And Fisher. And Morrell taking the step. Oh, Bowen Ford. He'll do the in and out. Will he get there? He will. Bowen Ford with the 4th try of the afternoon. After about 27 minutes. But one thing, I don't think Damien Couturier is going to thank him. He's been scoring them from all out wide.
Byron Ford is just unstoppable. That's 9 tries in 1.5 games.
Tries for the Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by the Rovers Supporters Group. Number 5, Byron Ford.
It was a great ball by Scott Morrell, but Byron Ford still had some work to do. And I'm not happy, they're still not singing my Byron Ford song, are they, Clark? It's not on.
I thought it was the entry to the this year's Eurovision Song Contest, to be honest. But I don't know the words, you'll have to email them to me. So Damien Couturier setting up the kicking tee, about 2 inches away from the near side touchline, and Phil Joseph is ready to come on as the number 14 jumper for Hull Kingston Rovers, who incidentally had a cracking game last week. So can Couturier ping this one over the crossbar? He lines it up, he kicks it. It's looking good. Is it? Oh, it's the post, nothing. Wowie, it's the post and in. His new hairdo must help him for things like that.
And the goal shot for Hull Kingston Rovers, sponsored by the Cottingham Cycle Centre, by number 3, David Couturier.
So Rovers quickly respond to the Sheffield Eagles try, and you can see Phil Joseph limbering up on this near touchline as well. Just got a really good feeling about today now. The Rovers are playing really well, Okay, we conceded a try, but it was a well-worked try by Sheffield on the power play. And Gareth Price, he copped a little bit of criticism last week, did Gareth Price, and I think it was unjustified because he's still finding his match fitness. He's only played a couple of games, and obviously the rest of the side have got 5 or 6 games under the belts. Anyhow, quick start by Fisher. That's clever play by Ben Fisher. He makes about 7 metres just with a quick play of the ball. Goddard now brings in Smith. Smith runs across the line of the Sheffield Eagles defence. So Rovers in possession, in the danger zone. Webster, short ball to Makali Azu. Makali Azu goes absolutely steaming in. Fisher now in the shadow of the post. So Webster to Leroy Rivette. That's gone loose. And I think the referee's going to adjudge a knock-on against the Robins here, actually, Clark.
Yeah, it was good work by Makali Azu. And down below us, Michael Smith is coming off to probably what's a standing ovation if I could see the seats. And Phil Joseph is on for him. So Sheffield now from the scrum at 10 metres. And the scrum, and here's Alistair McLaren. Will he open up them legs? Good defence again from Gallagher that time. And back on the inside, Gallagher slips. I hope Joseph has a good game as he did in the second half last week. We'll switch the play. Oh, there's a little bit of a gap. Good offload. Dean Andrews, a bit of a wild pass, but got the ball away nonetheless. To Rob Warrington. And Clemmy again takes the ball up to centre field on the last tackle. So, they get to the prop. Don't think the Poucher was offside. He's not giving him the 10. John Steele with a good run, looking for that gap. Bouncing away from one. He's nearly off again. He at least seems to be able to get away from that first tackler with his quick feet work. Fisher again trundles it up to nearly 30 metres out, and Leroy Rivette to play the ball. Will do his little run up to the 20 metre line nearly. And Fisher goes left to Morrell. He finds Joseph, steps off his left leg. 3 tacklers are needed to bring him down. Still only 20 metres out. Fisher takes it to Morrell. Makali is out. No. A good, nearly a break from Webster. Quick play of the ball. Oh, and a penalty. Into holding his leg up at the play of the ball. What we'll do, I guess we'll take the tap. Should do, really. Yeah.
Yeah, Rovers will go for tries with this lead and this field position. Makali Azu runs into a good solid tackle by Andy Smith. He's not lost his tackling ability, hasn't Andy Smith. Webster short ball to Morrison. Morrison straightens it up. He seemed to be heading underneath the sticks, but they just managed to cling on to him. Fisher ships it to the right hand side where Webster in field to, I think it's Gallagher. And Gallagher scores for the Robins. Tommy Gallagher with the Rovers' 6th try of the game.
Sponsored by the Malcolm Westworth Lifts Limited, number 13, Tommy Gallagher.
Well, Sheffield actually came here today with an outside chance of getting through to the knockout stages, but I think a lot of that would be dependent on points difference, and well, Rovers certainly are not doing them any favours today, either, Clark. 6 first half tries and what should be another simple kick for French here to make it 34-6.
Yeah, you need to be ruthless in this. You can't think of what the opposition team needs to do. You need to concentrate on your own game. Yep, and Couturier's got that one over. That's his 5th conversion from 6 attempts. That takes the score up to 34 points to 6 with about 4 minutes to go on the watch.
And the try converted by Hawkinson Road, sponsored by the Cotton Cycle Centre by number 3, David Couturier.
looking at one or two of these Sheffield players now. They just seem to, one or two of them have got their heads down. It just seems to be wave after wave of Rovers attack coming at them. It must be really disheartening, and Rovers have took Mike Smith off, who was one of the main strike players, and yet they still go downfield and score. As John Goddard takes the tackle of Andy Hay, the former Leeds, Sheffield, well, it's in his second spell at Sheffield actually, Doncaster, Widnes player, Alistair McLaren now. Oh, he bounces there, Webber out the way, but he had Makali Azul clinging onto him. So Sheffield now into the Rovers half of the field in the shape of James Ford. He'll play the ball. They move it to the right hand side where number 15 Greg Hurst runs into the tackle of Gareth Price and Phil Joseph. Liam Bentley with a short ball to Howison. Sheffield moving it across the line. Alex Clemmy offloads. The ball's gone loose. It's still loose. Oh, there's a chance now. The chase is on. Gallagher grounds. Oh, I think Gallagher's knocked on. If it had kicked, then John Steele would have ran on and scored. But, well, I'm not sure Gallagher knew what the players was chasing him, but I think if it had got foot to ball there, Clark, Steele would have won the chase for the try.
Well, to be honest, I thought Gallagher saw how far it was out and decided, I'll just drop on the ball here. So from the scrum, what are we giving here? Coming out the scrum, a penalty to the Sheffield Eagles. And the kick goes downfield into the stiff head breeze, and it'll get them 5 metres over halfway. And number 16, Liam Bentley, will play the ball. Goes out to Howison, up to the 40-metre mark. They just need to be nice and steady in this set of 6 and going at half time. Bit more confident with Sheffield Eagles. And here we go, out to Dick Clemmy, and a nice tackle there. He gets away from it. Joseph and Fisher finishing him off. And the ball goes out to number 8, Jack Howison again, to trundle it up. He's done a lot of work in this first half. Don't think he's been off yet for a breather. Out to the standoff. Oh, good run there by Andy Hay. But still required good tackling by Damien Couturier. Last tackle, it was the last tackle, and we've conceded a penalty. Well, they'll take the tap with the points difference. And there they go. Howison again with the offloads. Oh, knock on by Andy Smith. There was a chance there begging with a decent offload.
Yeah, I think if Andy Smith had took that pass, they certainly would have scored the second try of the game, and Andy Smith's second try also, Clark. But fortunately for the Robins, he couldn't take the ball in. So the scrum will go down with Australian scrum half and captain James Webster to feed. There goes the hooser. The tackle needs to be completed before the players leave the field. And Leroy Rivette takes the final tackle of the first half. So here at Craven Park in this final Northern Rail Cup group game, it's Hull Kingston Rovers 34, the Sheffield Eagles 6.